Do you have Georgia Dream lender questions? Well, you are in luck because today I'm bringing you frequently asked questions and answers from one of the top Georgia Dream preferred lenders in the state of Georgia. Stay tuned. This is Shaheedah Hill with Maximum One Realty, and I'm here with Nicole Suddeth of Bank South Mortgage, and we're going to answer your frequently asked questions about the Georgia Dream program. But before we do that, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, download the Georgia Dream checklist below, and if you want to contact me, just schedule. Everything's in the description. So we're going to first have Nicole tell us how long she's been in the business, give us a little bit of her background.
I have been in the business for over 20 years. I started out in the back side of the mortgage industry, actually doing the post-closing work.
Yes. Then
I moved to being a processor.
Okay.
And then a loan officer assistant, and subsequently a loan officer.
Good. Very good. And what loans do you offer at Bank South? I know you don't just close Georgia Dream loans. What loans do you offer?
We do FHA loans, VA loans, several down payment assistance programs, USDA. Okay. We do it all.
Do it all. Good.
Conventional.
Yeah, and you can just round for me, but how many Georgia Dream loans do you think you've closed over the years?
Oh my God. I've been doing Georgia Dream loans ever since I became a loan officer.
Okay.
So I would say approximately 400 to 500.
Oh, okay. That's a lot. Yes. And if you look on the DSA, the Department of Community Affairs, and they have all the loan officers listed, she's definitely on the top list of Georgia Dream closers. So I'm going to get started. We have 7 questions, and we're going to let her answer those for you. So the first one I get often is, I'm new to the state. Like, I haven't lived in Georgia. I live outside the state, or maybe I've only lived here a couple of months. Do I qualify?
Absolutely. As long as you have employment in Georgia, you qualify. The program is not for necessarily being a resident of the state for a certain period of time.
Okay.
That's not a requirement.
That's great to know. So if you live outside the state of Georgia, you're coming to Georgia, you're relocating, and you have a job in Georgia, then you can qualify. The next one, I get this one a lot too, Nicole. I have a 640 credit score, but my spouse does not, or my boyfriend, whoever the co-borrow is, like I might have a 700, but the person's income that I may need to qualify for the loan, maybe they're still in the 5s or the low 6s. Do I qualify?
You do. However, we always use the lowest credit score for the loan program.
Okay.
For the loan. So if you have a 640 and he has a 700, unfortunately, the 640 is what we have to use to qualify.
Okay, but if you have a 640 and they have a 580,
580 is the score we have to use to qualify. It's always the lowest of the two.
Score. So the person, let's hear this clearly, you cannot qualify, even 2 of you,
correct,
if one person has the lower score,
there you go,
lower than 640. Okay. And they'll look at the lowest person when you're looking at both of them, if they're over 640.
We always, in mortgages, we always use the lowest of the two on the loan, on the application.
Okay.
No matter what.
Gotcha. Get those credit scores up.
Yes.
All right. Do I have to pay this money back? So when I get the money for my down payment assistance or for closing costs, do I have to pay the money back?
So for Georgia Dream,
yes,
there are 2 different programs right now,
yes,
which I'm sure we can go into later.
Yes.
But for one of their programs, it's forgiven after 5 years.
Okay.
The other standard program, it is never forgiven. So
okay,
you do have to repay that money if you ever sell or refinance your home.
Okay, very good. So you don't have to make any payments on it, but if you sell or you refinance, you will have to pay that amount back.
Absolutely.
Number 4 is people call and they want to buy multifamily, like duplexes or triplexes or something, larger than that. Can they buy multifamily with the Georgia Dream program?
No.
The answer is
very
no.
simple.
Yes, no.
Single family, condo, or townhome only. They do not allow multifamily.
Only. Gotcha. All right, so another question, number 5. A lot of people are scared to pre-qualify because they feel like that's going to hurt their credit, and maybe they're right at the 640 or they're right at, a 6 something, and they feel like if I pre-qualify with you, it's going to drop my score and then I won't qualify. So what do you suggest with people that are scared to pre-qualify?
Well, if you don't do it, you'll never know, first of all. And I always tell people that pulling credit is a means to an end.
Right.
So at some point, you've got to let your credit be pulled in order to be able to qualify for a mortgage.
Right.
So if you are on that cusp, an inquiry is typically 2 to 3 points maybe.
Heard that 2 to 3 points.
On
It's not
average.
like 100 points
No.
that's dropping. It's not significant.
It is not. The issue with pulling credit or increase is excessive increase. That's what people mistake.
Okay.
You don't want excessive increase because those do have a huge impact on your credit.
Right.
But one is necessary. So I always tell people go ahead and get pre-qualified to see where you are. So if there is something you need to be working on, we can go ahead and get that part started.
Okay, great advice. All right, so some people, when they're thinking about down payment or they don't have a lot of down payment, they're looking at HUD homes and they're looking at something like Georgia Dream. Can you combine both of those?
Yes, we can.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us how you would combine those.
Well, HUD homes are typically $100 down.
Yes.
So you just take the Georgia Dream money and apply that to the down payment. That's the minimum down payment for HUD. It's not the maximum.
Okay.
So you can always use the Georgia Dream money to add to that down payment. And there's really not a big difference between that process or any other regular home.
So that's great to know. You heard it here first, that you can do HUD homes and the Georgia Dream program together.
Absolutely.
All right, so this is going to be a hard one, okay? What is, for those of us, or those people that contact me or just, comment on my YouTube videos, they're asking me, well, I don't have a 640 yet. How can I raise my credit score? Now, coming from a loan officer that pre-qualifies a lot of people and runs a lot of credit, what do you suggest for them to get their credit score up?
So I normally tell my buyers there are typically 3 things that are affecting your score.
Okay.
Either your credit utilization, which is the balances of your credit cards. So the balances of your credit cards versus the limit. Derogatory credit, which is pretty simple. You're not paying something on time.
Can't pay your bills.
Or minimal to no credit.
Okay.
It's 3 things. So you normally fall in either one of the 3 categories, or sometimes it's a combination of things for people.
Okay.
So generally, when I talk to people, I can ask certain questions to get an in-depth idea of what's really going on with your credit profile,
okay.
and I can tell you, give you a suggestion on what you need to do to increase it based on that. Because, like I said, it's normally one of those 3 things.
One of those 3 things. So if you focus on one of those 3 things, she can at least give you some advice on how to increase those scores based on the individual. This is my last thing, and I'm throwing this one in. Credit karma. How do you feel about credit karma? I get everybody, but my credit karma score is this.
Every day.
Credit karma. What do you think about it?
I mean, I think it's a good tool for buyers because that's really their only tool to determine what range their credit score is in.
Right.
But just know that it is not the same credit model that we use as lenders.
Okay.
So the biggest issue I have with it is it's sometimes disappointing for the consumer because they think their credit score is within this certain range, and then when we pull it, it's not.
Yes. So credit karma is not the most accurate depiction of your credit. So if you really truly want to know what your credit range is and what you qualify for, it's best to get pre-qualified. Like she said, it's not going to hurt your credit score that much to do it. Well, I hope this answered a lot of your questions about the Georgia Dream program. Definitely comment below, get pre-qualified, and don't be scared to get pre-qualified. People wait for a long time when they could have owned a house a lot sooner than waiting and waiting. So give either one of us a call. I have information below. McCole Sunneth from Bank South Mortgage and Shaheedah Hill from Maximum One Realty. Thank you so much.
Thank you.